We're too far.
We're too far ahead.
We're too far into this podcast to be making rookie mistakes.
That ain't a rookie mistake.
Rookie. I'm just kidding.
That's not a rookie right there. That's professional.
Hey, if you're gonna do it right. I professionally messed up.
That's right.
So
That's the big.
That's why I don't do that, because it wouldn't be professionally messed up. It'd just be messed up.
That's right. That's right. You got to be a pro at it. You got to be pro at it.
I was getting ready to go to the game, and I was like, Trey, why is Trey calling me? Trey never calls me this time of day.
It's an emergency.
Well, when he called,
I knew something was wrong. I was like, uh-oh.
He called and asked me. I was like, I said, you break the news to Chris.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna call him right now.
I said, he's gonna fire you.
Yeah.
Why aren't we not recording this conversation?
We are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah. So
Okay.
Trey was like, he's like, man, I deleted all the video. And I was like, it's fine. He's like, we got the audio. I said, that's fine. He's like, Devin doesn't want to do the audio. I was like, well.
And I was like, you know what?
All right.
He's right.
Here we go.
So
He's right.
If y'all are watching this now wondering what we're talking about, we are going to be going over Acts chapter 16 for the second time.
But for y'all, it's the first.
But for y'all, it's the first. We had all this recorded, and somebody, not going to say who, lost all our video
Enemy
footage.
call 911, man? What the?
Oh, Twitch is
You
over
twitching
here.
over here?
I'm developing Tourette's.
Yeah, you're tweaking.
And so we're going to try to do it as close to last episode as possible. So things in store. We do have Tata Squatch as our special guest today. We will be talking about goobers, and we will be talking about Paul and Silas. The man.
Dude said we're going to be talking about goobers.
Timothy.
We will be talking.
Welcome to Modern Day Messengers, episode 50.
So hold on.
Yep.
Sorry, Trey's Grammy.
Yeah. Yes. My grandma watches this, bro. Yep. Today is October 31st. We're here at the coffee shop hanging out.
Yep.
Everything. By the way, y'all, check it. We got some K-Cups right here. This is the bourbon right here for all of your Keurig needs and morning festivities. You got right there. We also have the this is a limited time
That's
of
super
the
good.
maple pecan.
That one is great.
'Tis the season. And then Devin, why don't you tell them about that blue line?
So we also got some more of the K-Cups. This is the Thin Blue Line
Yep.
brand. And it's good black coffee. I think it's actually a medium roast. Not sure. But the cool thing about that is all the purchases of the Thin Blue Line, whether it's K-Cups or whether it's actual ground coffee, a percentage of that goes to families of fallen law enforcement officers.
Yeah.
And I can get behind that.
That's
And
right.
a portion of each Black Rifle Coffee Company purchase. Okay, it says right here.
What I do?
Hold on.
Yo.
Yeah,
Am I
we're
better.
Yeah, you good. I just had to check it.
Because I don't know how to operate anything.
Right. Oops.
Okay, so
Neither do I.
Thin Blue Line with the roast that benefits law enforcement and their families, but overall, a portion of all of each Black Rifle Coffee Company purchase goes to support veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little bit more from this goes to
Yeah, I believe so.
police. So that's pretty cool.
So,
But they're supporting those who serve us. So that's cool. And K cups, that's all I have at the house.
Yeah.
Because
And look,
it's for the working man.
that's right.
To make a whole pot of coffee in the morning when you're trying to get out the door.
Yeah.
Throw one of these in there, makes you, a cup of coffee real quick.
Yeah, in an instant, man.
It's good to have around.
Also, if coffee's not your thing, and you're more of a cold, fruity guy or gal in the morning,
And we had those set up last
Yeah.
week. So
on the episode that got deleted.
Yeah.
So this is at Modern Day Messengers, episode 59.2.
point two. It's the better version.
But on point one that was never released to the public.
That's right. We're keeping it. But no, if coffee's not your thing, try out some Dubby Energy. It's just an all natural pre-workout, and
You've been on it for a while now, hadn't you?
I have been. I've been taking it for I don't know, since we did it.
About a month now.
I guess so.
Hey, and that stuff is super good too.
It's very good.
Do we have any more samples? Or
No.
did you drink them all?
I drank them all.
Look at that book bag back there. I think I have some.
He might have some,
No,
but
I think the one I had was the dragon fruit one.
yeah,
Dude,
it's good.
And then we had
it's super good.
Japanese yuzu. Is that how you say it?
That's honestly, it's great. It's like a lemon.
Yeah,
It tastes like lemonade. It's really nice.
But if you haven't tried the dragon fruit one, this dragon fruit is something else, I think. But it was super, super good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're interested in that, go to w.com or just type in W on DUBBY on Google.
Yep.
Go to their thing and at checkout, if you use the code NEWLIFE, that's NEWLIFE, no spaces, all caps, you get a 10% off your total order.
There you go.
They also have apparel, shaker bottles. I mean, all kind of good stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So
So for the second time, I don't even know what we talked about last time.
we talked about a lot of things.
We did.
But I guess let's start off with some of our little news things that we have.
That's right. What's happening in today's world? I wish I had like a newscast, like button.
Do,
you know?
do, do.
Yeah, do.
We can upload
Breaking.
something though.
I'll find one.
Yeah.
Breaking news,
Breaking news.
and then the musical hit. Okay.
No.
All right.
Obviously, I'll jump in on anything y'all find out that y'all want to
check this out.
discuss. But
We got a dinosaur coming into the coffee shop. That's awesome.
that is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
I wish y'all could see this.
I wish I could.
Hold on.
No,
You're
good.
fine.
No, we have to find a way to get you on the camera.
Hey, we're admiring your costume.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh,
It's a Triceratops.
so you could tell
This
we're
is
all
awesome.
I
ADHD.
got all of them, all
We
80 of them.
We all got distracted.
Yeah,
That's
that
great.
That was awesome.
Okay.
That made my morning.
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't even know where I was going to go. That was just so great. I'm like,
Breaking news.
okay.
Dinosaurs are in coffee shops.
So on the original episode 59, I actually started off with good news, and that was like a first time for anything. But
Well, let's not end the streaks. Go ahead and start off with some good news.
I don't know now. I don't. Okay, well, I guess we'll stick with the record numbers of people that have been flocking back to church.
I think that was the
Yeah, I think that was it.
yeah.
But reports are showing record numbers of Gen Z.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah,
right
that's right.
generation?
That's the one
Gen
you did
Z,
last time, yeah.
Gen Z men
Z.
flocking back to church. And
I hope that wasn't a gang sign. Sorry,
you're going to get us canceled.
Sorry to those if that was, but yeah, Gen Z.
Yeah, but like the men are flocking back to church in record number. Now, on the flip side of that, it still shows a trend in the negative for the women.
Yeah.
But if men are stepping up and being the men that God called them to be, they'll be them examples and
Yeah.
leaders. And like I think Gen Z is going to have a big part to play
Yeah.
in changing the culture.
I think so,
right.
man.
Especially since like our older generations, they talk so bad about Gen Z,
Right.
and like I've been guilty of it myself. I have.
Well, sure.
But I think that they are really going to play a key part in the revival coming back to this country and in
Yeah.
this world.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
You know, my wife showed me something on like statistics and everything about really that. Now it could change. It could be changing at the moment. They haven't got the new statistics, but this has been the latest one about like how women are the ones to get their kids ready for church and like to do this and all that and pray with them. And it was like it's the women. And she's like, you know, she asked a really good question. She's like,
Where are the men?
yeah, why is that? And I'm like, well, not enough men are stepping up to be that leader role. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's changing. Like
It is changing. Yes, it is.
So,
yeah. Like I said, I don't know when
Yeah.
this statistic was taken. This could be 3 years ago.
Well, I mean,
know.
this all
Could-
kind of started back in the Industrial Revolution and in World War II, where
Oh, yeah,
where your
that's
manly
right.
men were either at wars or they
Yeah.
were in the factories working,
Right, and the
and
women
only
had to
people
pick
left
up.
at home were the women,
That's
and they
right.
were doing the best they could, and that's why you see
Right.
a lot of churches that have catered to
Yeah.
lots of women and
Yeah.
so-
Hey, you know who covers a great amount of information on that is Anthony Kernut.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
And Framework for Biblical Masculinity. If you haven't read the book,
it's super good.
well, he talks about that specifically
Yeah.
in great detail and the specifics and oh man, it's awesome. Go check
And,
it out.
what's up, Anthony?
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey man.
yeah. If y'all don't remember him, go back and watch it. He's actually been on 2 of our episodes.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's our first and only returning guest
Returning
so far.
guest.
We will have more. There's some people we want to interview again.
Yeah.
But, man, it was just incredible. And then he came and did our Men of Courage Man Church
Yeah,
event.
great speaker.
Man, just
That was awesome.
That's also on our YouTube
Yeah.
and Facebook and stuff.
yeah, it was awesome. And, you know, we really enjoyed him. And, you know, maybe we'll have him again for a third time. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. So, what else we got, Devin?
Well, you know, I started on a good note.
We did. You did.
Got to kind of go the opposite way because you know me.
And then I got something. We'll come back on a good note, folks. So
Okay, we'll end on good.
hang
Okay.
tight.
That's why I need y'all here because I, you know, whatever. But obviously we want to stay in prayer for our brothers and sister in Nigeria.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of major news stations are reporting it, but
Right.
it is literally a genocide of Christians.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As of right now, I
Yeah.
think the count's up to 120,000 Christians have been killed because of their faith.
Right.
And
Insane.
and you know, it's hard to look at that because like these are people who are literally being persecuted for their faith.
Right.
We are
Right.
not persecuted in this country. Now it may come to that at one point. We don't know. That's a very good possibility. We're very comfortable in our minds
Right.
in the way we live, and you know we don't see that, but it could very well come here. And it's terrible what's happening to the Christians in Nigeria. And we're praying for them. We're praying for the family. We're praying God's protection over them. But on the other side of that, from one moment they're being persecuted and killed, and that very next moment they're hearing, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."
Yeah. Martyrs for the faith, man.
Enter into your eternity with Him.
That's right. That's exactly right, man. And then also, like, just kind of on that other note, like, you know, I haven't been on my phone and been a part of the news, but y'all were talking about the hurricane in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What in the world? Like,
That's the largest recorded ever.
I know, isn't that
You know,
insane?
it's crazy.
But from what I've read, and like again, y'all, we're recording this on Halloween, October 31st. There may be updates by the time this comes out.
True.
Yeah.
But it was devastating. Like, but the original reports, they were saying that this was going to be big enough to pretty much wipe Jamaica off the map.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, it didn't do that. Like, it completely destroyed hospitals, houses, buildings,
Yeah.
Destroyed a lot.
structures. But and we pray for every life that was lost in that. But as of right now, what was the count? 36
I
lives?
think it's 36. I couldn't find numbers on missing or whatever the case may be, but it's 36 right now. I mean,
We fully expect that number
yeah.
to grow.
well, I was expecting right off the bat to be a lot worse. And I mean, I know losing life is, I mean, it's devastating in itself when one life's lost, but I was afraid it was going to be a lot worse initially. So, but
Yeah, true.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're
And I know a lot of people were praying for Jamaica, and they still are.
Yeah.
I sent up some prayers for them. I was, when you see something like that coming, I mean, it's rough.
yeah. And this goes. I mean, two things on that. This goes all the way back. I've heard. You hear the thing. Why would a good God allow these things to happen? But God didn't cause this. Man caused this kind of stuff when we allowed sin to enter this world.
Right.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff was never meant to happen. Like, it was not in the original plan. And, could God have stopped it? Of course, He's God. He can
Yeah.
do whatever He wants.
Right.
That's right.
But, I mean, we live in a fallen world. Like, sickness, disease, disaster entered into this existence when we thought we knew better than God.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? It's so crazy that you say that because for the past 3 days I set up a tent in my front yard, and me and my boy been camping and stuff and making fires, and he like pops out the tent and he goes, "I want to go find some bad guys." And I was like, I said, "Son," I was like, "you don't understand this right now probably." I said, "But I wouldn't go looking for trouble because you'll find it." He's like, well, "Where do bad guys come from?" And I'm like, "Well, if you really want to know." And I said, "It all started a long time ago when we decided to disobey God." And he was like, "Nah, I don't want to hear it." I was like, "Oh."
Well, we're all depraved, black-hearted sinners.
Yeah. But it was just funny how he's almost 4 now, but it's just, it was just, I mean, kids have those questions. Where do bad guys come from?
Yeah, but
And he wants to follow in your footsteps and become a police officer and put bad guys in jail.
He wants to follow in Devin's footsteps.
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm Uncle Devin. He loves me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Another thing on the Jamaica before we move on from that story, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all brought that up because that's
Yeah, go
incredible to talk about. But like we've talked about on a former episode, I don't remember what episode it was, but there's going to be times to put your faith in God and not just being a sending prayer hands on a
That's
social
right.
media post and actually doing
That's
things.
right.
There's going to be a lot of churches that are going to do things to help the community of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way that it works, especially
Right.
in our Western world. Like we want to go help people. So I suggest, I'm not necessarily suggesting any certain church. Just if your church is one of the ones that's doing it, partner with them. If it's sending resources, if it's sending money, if it's going out there and actually doing the work to help rebuild, get involved in that.
Yeah.
Help out. I know One Kingdom, they'll be doing things.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be helping that community.
And real quick before we get off that subject, y'all to talk to him this week and just see how they're mobilizing.
Well,
We'll
they
talk
did.
about it,
Yeah, they did
next
post
week,
something
so.
that they're waiting to see, how they can help best. And so, I'm sure in the next few days or so, my bad,
Oh, you good?
we'll figure out how, to partner with them.
And we can bring it up on next week's podcast, kind of talk about it, see how they're doing, because I saw they were on a podcast with us too, back in the summer, or late spring, early.
It's been a
summer.
while.
Yeah, and so really cool stuff going on. But go ahead, Devin.
That's all I got. Just be looking for opportunities to partner with people and go
Yeah.
and help that community. Like, don't just be, I'm going to send prayer hands on a Facebook post. Like,
Right.
I would be willing to bet people who put the prayer hands comment, there's probably 80% of them that don't actually even say a prayer.
Right. Right.
And so the prayer hands don't do nothing. They don't. Actual prayer does stuff.
Right.
And actual be in the hands and feet of Jesus and going and doing the work.
Right.
Do things. Prayer hands, they don't do nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Not at all. But
Yep.
that's my rant for that.
Agreed. Chris, what you got?
Okay. So we're gonna get.
Are you going good, or do you want to? Because I got one more, and I'm.
Well, go. You go then.
No, I'm just
Go.
saying, if you want to end on a good note, if you have two stories, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
The only other thing that I had was this this incident that happened. Let's see, where was it at? I just had it. Morgan County in Indiana. They just arrested a trans teen. He admitted to planning a Valentine's Day high school shooting. And this kid was 18 years old, planned on going in there and committing mass murder. They found, like, posters on the wall of, like, glorifying mass shooters and all kind of crazy things.
Yeah.
And, man, like, the depravity. But, it goes back into Genesis, man.
Yeah.
The reason why is because we've allowed sin into this
That's
world.
right. That's right.
And because this person, I don't know if it was originally a boy or girl, but either way, that doesn't change whether you want to identify as whatever. But, oops, I kicked the mic. But planning on doing this, but it's all because of the depravity. Like, this person allowed Satan to talk to him, allowed influences from the outside, it allows social media outlets to talk
Yeah.
into their identity, when your identity should be rooted in the gospel.
Right.
You should be a follower of Christ. Like, he designed us a way from the very beginning. He designed us in his own image.
Yeah.
And like when we think we know better than God the creator, that's when we see things go downhill.
Right.
And I mean, we're seeing it with a lot of these crazy things that are going on. Like, look at this incident, trans teen. Like, you see the depravity in there.
Yeah.
The guy who is arrested for shooting Charlie Kirk.
Right.
He was in a relationship with a trans. I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know how. And then all these. It seems like all this crazy stuff is happening from people who are just super depraved,
Yeah.
who have bought into this lie of the homosexual thing, of I am my own God, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of depravity there. It's never just your good old Christian person who has actually lived a faithful life for Christ.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we know Christ. And
Right.
his two greatest commands: love the Lord your God above all else, and love others as yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
If you follow them too, we could eliminate all the problems in this world. But we're not crazy. We know we don't live in a theocracy, and we
Right.
know that this world will never be perfect until he comes back.
Right.
That's right.
But
That's right.
that's what I have on that.
Okay.
Ended on a good note.
All right. Well,
because
We're
I just
going-
always bring the mean stuff.
So everybody knows what October means. Okay. Well, first of all,
Oh, I know what it means.
What?
Reese's Pumpkins.
Yes, yeah,
The greatest.
That is true.
One of the greatest two candies on the planet.
That,
Yep.
The Reese's eggs are Reese's Pumpkin and eggs.
And don't forget about Christmas trees.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're good, but the Reese's Pumpkin and eggs have the perfect amount of peanut butter to chocolate ratio.
That is true. They're so much better than the actual cups.
So much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
they really are. They're good. Have you? Well, this is getting way off subject now.
We're always
But
off subject.
Yep.
have y'all tried the Oreo Reese's yet?
Yes.
They are phenomenal.
I have not.
Still not better than the pumpkins and eggs.
Yeah,
but they're good. They're good.
And you know how Reese's here, and this is Halloween, so we can talk about Reese's for a little bit because this is a big time of year for them. But have you noticed how they have branched off so much from just the original cups? Like you were talking about fast breaks earlier. You got the big cups and ones with the potato chips in them and everything. And,
That was weird.
but the thing about it is usually when a company starts branching off like that,
Yeah.
the quality goes down. Like, this ain't really good. But their stuff is like everything is super good.
So I thought it was
Super
going to be a
good.
weird flavor. So they got two with the jellies in them. They got one with the grape jelly and one with the strawberry.
We have
jelly.
not tried that yet.
So I tried the strawberry one,
Good,
dude.
good.
I thought it was going to be nasty. I'm like, man, but it's Reese's. I love Reese's. I have to try it.
Yeah, but why
So-
would you think it would be nasty? Because
It just
chocolate and peanut butter obviously go together.
They
You have-
do, they
but
do.
then you have
Yeah.
chocolate strawberries.
dude. When I tell you,
Like, I bet that it was good.
that's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
Gosh, oh man, Reese's just hits banger after banger.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Perfect candy.
hashtag Reese's.
Hashtag not
Reese's.
a sponsor.
They're not a sponsor, but if you see this, hit us up. Yeah,
Hashtag we love your candy.
we do. It's great, classic. Okay, but everybody knows what October means. That means postseason baseball, World Series.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
so we have the Toronto Blue Jays. They made it to the World Series,
Okay.
and we have, of course, the LA Dodgers. You know, I'm rooting for the Blue Jays.
I was about to say, I'm like, which one
Yeah.
are you rooting for,
I'm-
man?
I'm rooting for the Blue Jays.
Okay.
But the ALS MVP, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., also known as Vladdy
Yep.
Jr., he plays for the Blue Jays. And he this is a quote that he said, and it's great because you're seeing this a lot in baseball right now at the high levels. You know, people not afraid to step out of the comfort zone for their faith. But this is a quote from him. For me, Jesus Christ is everything. I read the Bible before every game. When I wake up, I pray and read the Bible before bed. So that was just a short quote from an interview. But Vladdy's out there, spreading the gospel,
Yeah.
in small quotes, So if you're a Christian, if you got a platform like that, obviously use it. But he's doing a good job. I really like seeing that. He's fun to watch too. Not knocking my Texas Rangers, still a Texas fan, but that's what I'm rooting
Yeah.
for right now is the Blue Jays, and it's always good to see a player like that.
Yeah.
Not be afraid to share their faith, and it's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Well, you shared something with me this morning before we were getting set up and everything. Just how your team, your team's
Yeah.
last game was last night, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So y'all had y'all kind of last game, and then you said that. Well, I want you to kind of describe it because. But I just, from my perspective, it really showed on your leadership role and like your. I guess just the way that you are leading your team,
Yeah.
Because and I think it's a great way and stuff. But if you're willing to share that story
Yeah.
with them this morning, I think it's worth it.
Well, we had our last game last night. We didn't get the win. We lost 6-4 against a really good Caster team. They were awesome. But before every game, in the clubhouse or on the bus, if we're traveling, we'll pray before every game. And last night we had our little pregame meeting, And the boys know it says it's time to pray. So all right, guys, let's pray. Everybody huddles up, and one of my players, he comes up, Coach, you think I can do it? And I was like, yeah. I said, that'd be great. I said, you sure? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And well, he started it off, and it's like one of the coolest, strangest things I've ever experienced. In a prayer situation, because it was it's not conventional. It wasn't the normal way to do it, but it was the right way to do it. But he started us off, and you can tell he was kind of got hung up a little bit, and instead of just stopping, one of the other players picked up, and they started praying, and it was very it was emotional,
Yeah.
Got choked up a bit, but they just seeing that and seeing them come together and grow as little young men, because these ages range from 11 to 13, almost 14,
Yeah.
and it's awesome seeing God work through these boys, just on the level of baseball, but also on the level of just becoming good young men.
That's right.
But yeah, super proud of them. We had a really good season. Yeah, that's that story.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. And I when you first told me, I was like, man, it's like a movie scene. I
Yeah.
was like, that's so cool.
It was, and it's one of the things, when you sit back and think about it, and think about like where this group of boys started,
Right.
and it's because a lot of these boys, are pretty new to baseball, and it's giving them this opportunity to come together and grow. But then you sit back and I kind of look at myself and I'm like, okay, I mean, am I? None of us are the perfect example,
Right.
or the perfect leaders on how to be a man. I mean, I got a lot of thoughts myself, and my biggest thing was, my biggest prayer throughout this season was, hey God, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this, and driving like the book we're going over right now in Bible study, Wild at Heart, is driving my strength from the Lord, and even in my faults and my shortcomings. That's where I get it, and I know everything that we accomplished this season and how much growth that we've seen in the boys. Of course, it was their determination, but also it was, God just working through like me in that situation, and obviously working through the boys, because I can myself. It doesn't make sense. So,
Right.
But
I'm gonna commend you for that, because like that's kind of what we just talked about earlier, man. This Gen Z that's coming up, it's gonna take men to pour into these boys.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're going to have boys pouring into boys. And Joby Martin has a good quote about that. He said, when you got boys trying to pour masculinity into boys, you have a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
You don't have any men.
Yeah.
It's going to take a man to bestow masculinity onto these boys. And it's going to take a man that's like that. It's like, hey, like, again, I'm going to steal Joby Martin. It's like, Joby Martin's quote is like, it's not making you a man how many women you sleep with or what car you drive,
Right.
What your hobbies are. A man is a man who knows how to submit to the authority and lordship of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to take men like that to bestow this masculinity onto these boys, and commend you for that, because like that's incredible, because a lot of men are not stepping up to that plate. So,
and to be clear, I mean, I'm nowhere near, like myself. I'm nowhere near as far as, okay, just me. I'm nowhere near the point where I could have that I'm what the boys need,
Right.
And I'm not perfect,
well,
but
that's what they would have said about Moses too.
yeah,
That's what they would have said probably about Silas and Paul, and probably even said things like that about Jesus. I'm just saying.
But,
You're by no means Jesus, but
right. But
it's a good thing God doesn't call perfect people.
and that's
Right.
that's that's the awesome thing about it, though, and it's humbling, and it ultimately it makes you want to grow in your walk.
That's right.
Because I still need growth. Devin still needs growth. Trey still needs growth. But it's cool to see because, just me myself. None of this makes sense, and yeah. It's God really worked through them boys this season,
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
super proud of them and the work they put in. And
Yeah, well, I commend you for it, for the influence of the adolescents, man. But
We are.
we need to get to this Bible
yeah, let's go.
study.
Let's go.
We're 30 minutes into this podcast. Let's get to the Word of God. Doom, doom, doom.
And, 16, right? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
right
it's 16.
Yeah.
It's 16, yeah.
16 part.
Sweet 16. And there's a dinosaur again.
That is awesome. Okay, we can't get distracted. by
I
that
know.
again.
Red dinosaur.
All right, so
I started off the episode, and I just felt like there was a reason why it got deleted is because maybe someone else should start reading.
I'll start it off.
Yeah.
And now there's some words here I probably ain't gonna understand or pronounce right, but we'll work through it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all ready?
Let's go.
All right. Acts chapter 16, starting in verse 1. Then he came to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there named Timothy, the son of a certain Jewish woman who believed, but his father was Greek. And we'll talk about that in a minute because that's important. He was well spoken of by the brethren who were at Lystra and Iconium. Paul wanted to have him go with him, and he took him and circumcised him because of the Jews who were there in that region, for they all knew that his father was Greek. And they went through the cities, they delivered them to the decrees to keep, which were determined by the apostles and elders at Jerusalem. So the churches were strengthened in faith and increased in numbers daily. All right, let's pause there.
Yep.
And then we have a warning coming too. We have a warning.
Well,
coming.
you already said it at the beginning.
We're about to talk about goobers. Well, Devin is. Go ahead.
Yeah, Devin, go ahead.
No, before we talk about that, because there's this whiplash from last chapter to this chapter, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Kind of talk about who Timothy was. So this is the same Timothy who is the recipient of the letter 1st and 2nd Timothy that Paul wrote to. Paul, when Timothy joined Paul, he was about 15 years old, and he was very highly well regarded. So Paul took him under his wing and started discipling him. He had that mentorship with him, and it talks about how his mother was Jewish, but his dad was Greek.
Right.
And we talked about this on the last episode that got recorded or deleted, that it was probably a little bit different back then, because it was there wasn't a lot of more intermingling between races and things like that.
Right.
So if you were Jewish, you had the traits of a Jewish person.
Right.
If you were
Right. You looked where you came from.
Yeah, like there was probably traits as hey, I can tell that person's Jewish, or hey, I can tell that person's this or that.
Right.
But with him having Jewish and Greek,
Right.
he probably has some distinct features that probably
Yeah.
kind of set him apart from the appearance of a traditional Jew.
Right.
So this we go
Like if you looked at me, you'd think I was Viking
yeah.
from the northern descent.
Yeah.
I was going to say Native American, but whatever.
Yeah.
I thought he was just an alien. Greek
True.
Martian.
True.
But anyway.
That's we'll get on that subject later.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because
So,
Piercy's loading.
So we go back to where Paul was talking about he was kind of getting away from this tradition of hey, you got to be circumcised if you're going to come into the faith,
Right.
preaching to the Gentiles, because the Gentiles weren't circumcised. This was a Jewish thing goes back from the Old Testament to show your covenant with God, basically.
Right.
And there was a lot of things that Paul was kind of itsnaying that. He's like, hey, if let's not put these burdens on them that all these Jewish laws and things that they couldn't, that we couldn't even keep perfectly.
Right.
But you're
Right.
expecting these Gentiles who are just now coming into the faith to keep
Right.
it. And then here you see that Timothy took Paul, Paul took Timothy and got circumcised.
What's up, Layton?
So
What's up, man?
there was this there was a weirdness about it. It's why are you making Timothy get circumcised when we just kind of talked about against that.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a conversion to Judaism, like, hey, like you need to be circumcised so you can be Jewish
Right.
and be saved.
Yeah.
Like this was more of a access to certain rooms in the synagogue. Or the
That's right.
temple.
That's right. That's right.
And so, like, we talked about this on the last episode. Like, how did they know?
Yeah.
Like, was there somebody at the door, like, checking people? Like, if you didn't look Jewish, like, hey, lift your robe.
Yeah. I know.
What was the job title of that person called?
Well, as you had mentioned in the deleted episode, it was the goober gazer,
The goober gazer.
and I thought that was hilarious actually. And I was like, my grandma watches this, and yet I'm the one that says it on
Yeah,
this one.
so, sorry, Trey. Sorry,
Yeah, sorry.
Trey's
So
Grammy.
now you could be the one on your grandma's bad side.
I know exactly.
Now
But
now she's gonna beat you with that wooden spoon.
but I did do some research, and like we talked about this too, but about like not that there was a fact checker, but but you know there was like public bathrooms, and then also like even though it was kind of the honor system and everything, but I think it also came down to the moral character of Timothy and Paul.
Yeah.
About being truthful, like if he's going to respect their areas of tradition,
Yeah.
you might as well be honest about it,
What? And like you said, they're in all reality, they're probably. I mean, I wasn't there. I can't confirm it for sure, but there probably wasn't somebody checking people's genitals at the door.
Right.
It was probably more about a Paul thing. Like, this is his conversion to Christ. He's
Yeah.
wanting to be truthful, and it's
Right,
like, hey,
right.
like he's under my wing. He's been circumcised. Like,
Right.
it probably was more of along the lines of, I'm not going to lie about it. And this right here gets Timothy access to certain areas, can get him in ministry opportunity, basically thing.
That's right.
And it's like, I'm not going to start off this missionary journey with a lie.
Yeah.
So it was more, like you said, more about of an honor system, if anything.
Yeah.
But
Going deep undercover like a spy.
Right.
yeah, and there's just a lot of things that go on, like intermingling between Acts and like Galatians and things like that.
That's right.
But you saw before when Peter kind of started cowering down on kind of some of these things. Bold Peter, same Peter that denied Christ 3 times, and then preached to what
Yeah.
we read in what was it, Acts 2, where he preached and
Oh, yeah.
3,000 people get saved.
Right.
That's right.
Then he goes back and he starts cowering down under
Yeah.
some of these Jewish practices, and Paul calls him out to his face like, "Hey, stop being a hypocrite."
Yeah. Right.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I need to fix this."
Right.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so again, it wasn't about converting Timothy to Judaism. It was an access thing.
That's right.
But anyway, so y'all have anything else on that section, or
No.
I think you pretty much handled it very well.
I talk too much. Y'all got to shut me up.
All right.
All right, verses 6 through 10. You go.
All right. Paul and his companions traveled throughout the region of Phrygia and Galatia, having been kept by the Holy Spirit from preaching the word in the province of Asia. When they came to the border of Mysia, they tried to enter Bithynia, but the Spirit of Jesus would not allow them to. So they passed by Mysia and went to Troas. During the night, Paul had a vision of a man of Macedonia, standing and begging him, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." After Paul had seen the vision, we got ready at once to leave for Macedonia, concluding that God had called us to preach the gospel to them.
All righty. Y'all take it away.
Amen.
I'm hitting your cup of coffee.
Be all right. I covered the first section. Trey, what do you got from this?
Well,
A lot of hard names to pronounce.
yeah, I was really concentrating on the hard words, and I was like if I looked at a map, like I don't know where these places are, technically, but it says that the Spirit did not permit them, and I do recall us talking about this a little bit. Oh, okay.
Don't you love my Bible?
I do. I like how it has the maps. Yeah. Okay. There's Derby.
Which technically
Derby.
a lot of the places that they talked about are a part of Asia. So now the province of Asia, does it have that like marked off for the time period?
Here, show him. That's pretty cool.
So,
Uh,
but as far as modern
Be
day,
careful, it's falling apart.
as far as modern day,
yeah.
it's all really part of Asia. A lot of it is anyway.
Oh yeah, man. But one thing that stuck out to me, it says when they gone through all these places, they were forbidden by the Holy Spirit to preach the word in Asia, right? So that's what mine says is Asia. It says, and after they come to Mysia, they try to go into all these places, but the Spirit did not permit them. And I was just kind of wondering, like, my question is why, and it's and I did look up the Greek and everything, and it literally said just like to not to.
Yeah. And it's one of them things like we may not know until we get to heaven, but like there's God's placed certain people in certain missions at certain times to accomplish certain tasks.
Right, and it's best to be obedient.
Yeah,
and I have been personally told, like, if I'm in a certain situation or in a conversation with somebody, I've had experiences where the God's like, chill out, don't vomit information. You just need to keep it super kind of surface on the surface. You need to plant a seed, but something that they're going to remember.
Yeah, it brings up a good point because sometimes doing good things is not good. Not to say that good things aren't good in that sense, but like that's why it's so important to be in tune with the Holy Spirit and His prompting, because like you could be doing something that's outside of His will. Yeah, it may be a good thing to do. Yeah, but He may want to accomplish something else. Well, you're trying to act on your own power.
One example of that is even Jesus Himself when He went to Nazareth. He went back to Nazareth, and He couldn't. Not that He couldn't perform miracles, is that the Father didn't will it because they didn't believe in, they didn't have the faith in who He was. Yeah. Not that Jesus couldn't have just like cured everybody and their mama, but it's just they didn't have any faith or anything, so He was not permitted to, and it wasn't the Father's will. So it's like, is it that type of thing?
Yeah. Yeah. What did He say?
A prophet's not welcome in his hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to throw him off a cliff or something?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah, tried to throw him off a cliff. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. That was a crazy story.
Can you imagine getting to the end of this life and you're over there meeting with God, and it's like, hey, you remember when you tried to throw that guy off the cliff?
Yeah,
that was my son.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do in my hands. Yeah, but then vision appeared to Paul after this, saying, "Come to Macedonia and help us." And it says that they went to preach the gospel to them. And so it seems like they were really needed urgently in Macedonia. Yeah. So I think that's the whole point of this passage right here that's been preserved for us, is to know, like, God will need us at certain places at certain times, and He'll let you know promptly, but don't take it upon yourself. It's kind of like when Saul sacrificed, in the Old Testament.
Oh, yeah.
And he wasn't supposed to. And then he said it's better to obey than the sacrifice. Samuel said that to Saul. And he said it's better to obey than the sacrifice. And that's when God would start and really work on Saul. And he was promised his kingdom and everything. And then God took it away because he wasn't obedient. Yeah. So it could be something like that.
All right. You had something else in that section?
Oh, no.
Okay. So, verses 11...
Well, I guess it's my turn.
Through...
It's your turn, Trey.
Yeah, go 11 through.
All right. Therefore, sailing from Troas, we ran straight a course to Samothrace. I'm guessing that's how you say that. And the next day came to Neapolis, and from there to Philippi, which is the foremost city of the part of Macedonia, a colony. And we were staying in that city for some days. And on the Sabbath day, we went out of the city to the riverside, where prayers was customarily made, and we sat down and spoke to the woman who met there. To the women who met there. Now a certain woman named Lydia heard us. She was a seller of the purple from the city of Thyatira, who worshiped God. The Lord opened her heart to heed the things spoken by Paul. And when she and her household were baptized, she begged us, saying, If you have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come up to my house and stay. So she persuaded us.
All right, so that's a good stopping point.
Yeah, it is.
So I'll let y'all go before I get on what I want to talk about, but let y'all run it through. Nothing.
Well, I know what you're going to talk about, and you explained it very well.
I don't know about that. I explain it.
Look, I want to take this last part about the baptism.
Okay, yeah.
And you talk about the purple.
I think I know where you're going.
Hey, can I see the maps again real quick?
Yeah, okay. So Do you have anything on this before I?
You can go ahead. I'm gonna look at these maps real quick
Okay.
while you're
So
talking.
the thing about purple, you know, it gets neglected or it does. It's not understood today's culture because purple's everywhere.
Yeah, it's very readily.
I'm looking
accessible.
at purple balloons over there. But purple was the color of royalty.
Right.
And what made it so special is how hard it was to produce. They would have to take all these what are they called? Mollusk. Yeah. And like it would take several thousand of them to make like an ounce.
An ounce of it, yeah. It was,
And so it was incredibly difficult to produce. And we talk about Lydia here. She was a seller of purple. She had regards for Jesus, but there's nothing in there that says originally that she placed her faith in
Right.
Jesus for the propitiation of her sins. But
Right.
you know, she ended up coming into that faith.
that's right.
But she come from a wealthy lifestyle because of her profession, the making of purple, which we talked about before. Who was the one who was who was the one who was more poor in the last episode? We talked about. But help me out here.
And the 15.
He stole my Bible, so I don't have it.
Sorry.
But we see all these people from different walks of life coming into the faith of Christ. And I had it all in my notes from last episode that got deleted. But
You need those?
yeah, I need that.
Need that right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'll take that back in a minute. I like the maps. I don't
Yeah,
have
no,
maps.
it is cool to see the maps.
Well, either way, yeah, you can have it back. But anyway, we saw Lydia. She comes from this really wealthy lifestyle. She puts her faith in Jesus and just added to the family, and that'll lead up into that baptism. But we talked about purple. You had to do whatever they did to all these mollusks to make a single ounce of purple.
Yeah.
So if you had a whole fabric made of purple, like that was,
It was a lot of money.
yeah, a lot of money, and you had class.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But anyway,
Class and
kinda
cold
leads
hard
up-
cash.
That kind of leads up to that last part you was talking about, so I'll let you take over that.
Yeah, it's just when she and her household were baptized. So you know, it's just when it talks about that part, it's like her and her whole family, basically. You know, she begged us, saying, "If you have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come to my house." And so she persuaded us. You know, they went hang out and stuff. But the thing is that like she came to the faith, and then her family came to the faith, and you know, that's an example of like, now there is a statistic, you know, about 90-something%, 93% or something, if the family comes to the faith, if you know if he comes to the faith, right?
Yeah.
I know you have it, but
Hey, I pulled it up real quick for you, but
Yeah.
keep going with it, and I'll give it to you when.
you know, that's basically my point is that it's like a 17% chance or something. Like
Yeah.
if the woman, if
I think
the mom or the mother comes to faith, it's considerably lower. What is it?
There you go. Scroll up and down on that.
Okay, wow, yeah. So it is okay. So yeah,
Let me steal your maps again.
so here it
my
is.
Bible.
There's a 3.5% chance of a family coming to salvation through the decision of a child, which means that the child comes to faith, right, and then maybe the family comes, but 3.5% is very low. There's a 17% chance of the decision of a mother, and a 93% chance through the decision of a father. So, but we see that 17% chance actually happen right here. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know. The context, it says her and her entire household. I'm assuming that's daddy and kids. You know? I'm not 100% sure, but it does seem like that. You know, taken by the context. But
God can use whoever He wants to accomplish His purpose, like
Right.
you said. But
Right.
like I said, men,
yeah,
don't let women have the bigger cojones when it comes to standing up for Christ.
that's right.
It's up to you
Yeah,
to lead your family to the knowledge of Christ.
that's right. That's right. And that's what I want to say about that. It's just, you know, God called all of us to be ambassadors for Him and leaders and stuff.
I'm about to get on something in a minute.
Yeah, but he called each and every one of us to do that. So no matter who you are, if you're a child, there's still a percentage. So if you're out there and you're a child that's come to the faith and your parents aren't, there's still a chance. And God can do anything. You know, it's He can work through, you know, the mom, but it's right. If you're a father and everything, you know, man, you're created with a purpose, and that purpose is to serve God with all your heart, mind, and strength, and then serve your family.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, so we're talking about the whole province of Asia
Feel
thing.
naked. He has my Bible.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hold it for a little bit longer. Okay. So we're going because this is, we're talking about Lydia, a man of Macedonia, and then to start us off, Paul came to Derb, which Derb is on the west side of the province of Asia.
Yeah.
So you gotta go through all of Asia, cross the part of the Mediterranean Sea. It's the Aegean Sea. I think I pronounced that right. But you have to cross that to get to Macedonia.
Yeah.
So they're already in Asia.
Yeah.
Okay. They had traveled through, Phrygia and Galatia, which is you hit Galatia, and then Phrygia, and that's like in the province of Asia. And they said they were kept from preaching the gospel. So let's see what. Let me find that verse. Haven't been kept by the Holy Spirit from preaching the word in the province of Asia. Okay, so they're crossing through Asia right now, and I think the reason that was because ain't no telling how long they would have been there.
Yeah.
Okay, and they have to cross through Asia. Troas is on the coast, and then Samothrace is actually a small island, and they stopped in Samothrace, and that was after the vision of Macedonia, so they're heading there. Okay, but on the all right, so then they headed to Thyatira, which is, let me find it. I had it right here. But it was the reason. I think the reason why they had that vision of the man of Macedonia was the whole Lydia thing.
Yeah. Hey, but take a picture, or let me take a picture of that.
You gonna add it to our?
Well, while you're talking about it, I'm gonna actually put. Is it this one?
It's all of it.
All of it here. What I'm gonna do is I need a. Oh yeah, I guess that's all of it. I'm gonna put
That on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this picture on the screen while you're explaining it, so the viewers can actually see the route that they took and then what they had to do. So in real time that you're talking about it.
That's awesome.
But
Good idea.
It's a good idea.
okay, so
You have a few a year.
Sometimes. Yeah, a few.
the woman was from the city of Thyatira, but at the time they were in Macedonia.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
And that's crazy.
Yeah,
So-
so that kind of proves the concept that we have. Like they needed to go to Macedonia like right then.
Yeah.
Because that's where she was.
And that's where she was, and she was selling purple cloths in Macedonia.
Right. Cool.
But it's funny because they passed right through there. Because if you look at the map, Troas and Thyatira are actually really close together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's cool to see the maps too. All this is historical. So,
Get you a good study Bible and you'll have them.
yeah.
That's why I like this Bible so much.
Yeah.
Oh
it is
yeah.
nice. It is
and
nice.
it puts into a different perspective too.
Get my Bible.
Yeah, take your Bible back, man. All right, but yeah, I thought it was cool. But I think that's the reason why, because at that time, and then everything that leading up to that point would not have happened the way it did.
Yeah.
If they didn't boot, scoot, and make tracks over to Macedonia.
Boot, scoot, and boogie.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a man, as a woman. So
Yeah.
We are pretty far into this, and we've got a little ways to go, so we're going to hit second gear. All right?
all right, let's
All
go.
right, let's shift.
Let's burn tires.
So we're going to be reading through verse 16 through 24, and we'll talk about that, and we'll finish this thing out here in just a little bit. All right. Now it happened as we went to prayer, a certain slave girl possessed with a spirit of divination met us, who brought her masters much profit and fortune telling. This girl followed Paul and us and cried out, saying, "These men are servants of the Most High God, who proclaim to us the way of salvation." And she did this for many days. But Paul, greatly annoyed, turned and said to the spirit, I command you in the name of Jesus Christ to come out of her. And he came out of her that very hour. But when her masters saw that their hope of profit was gone, they seized Paul and Silas and dragged them into the marketplace to the authorities. And they brought them to the magistrates and said, These men, being Jews, exceedingly trouble our city, and they're teaching customs that are not lawful for us, being Romans, to receive or observe. Then the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates tore off their clothes and commanded them to be beaten with rods. And when they laid many stripes on them, they threw them into prison, commanding the jailer to keep them securely. Oh, Lord, forgive me for that. Having received such a charge, they put them in the inner prisons and fastened their feet in the stocks.
Well.
How the turns have tabled.
Yep, to Roman citizens.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that here in a second. I do want to say that it says that right at the beginning here in verse 16, when it says the girl was possessed with the spirit of divination. I did look up the Greek word, and it means python. Or like serpent.
Yeah, like evil.
Evil.
Like you said, at the beginning of the Bible, what is the enemy depicted as?
The serpent.
Serpent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I thought that was interesting. But anyway, and then we see here that this girl had she was possessed, and then they did a great thing by casting this evil thing out of her, but then these guys are like, oh, where's our money? You've inconvenienced us, and you're going to make us, you whatever. And they beat him and threw him in jail for it. And by the way, they're Roman citizens.
Yeah. Kind of backpedaling a bit. Do you remember the thing about the verse? And we read it through all of our Bibles last time, and you'd have to go back to the original language and kind of see it. Do you remember the thing we talked about? These men are servants of the Most High God.
Oh, yes.
Who proclaimed to us the way of salvation.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit on that, or?
Okay.
That's right.
You brought this up, but in different translations, it says a way.
So, the original language was a way, because we talked about that, because it seems like she was doing a good thing.
Right.
Like, hey, these are the guys who bring the news of the salvation of the Most High.
Right.
But it wasn't that. It was the way she was communicating was a way.
Yeah.
And we know, especially in today's culture too, I mean, it's been going on since then. It's still going on today. Same demon, different day.
Yeah.
Right.
They weren't. She wasn't affirming the way of salvation.
That's right.
Hey, there's a way of salvation.
Right.
And that's what the demons do. They twist and contort God's word to make it a lie. Because if you take truth and you put any lie in it, the whole thing's a lie.
Yep.
So like that, they put just enough truth in there to kind of grab your attention, and then it's one little word, a way, and it makes the whole statement a lie.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
But the spirit with divination, we talked about that being possessed, and I think we've talked about this before. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ and you have put your faith in Him for the propitiation of your sin debt, you cannot be possessed.
Yep, that's right. Dual occupancy.
Right.
Go ahead. I know you explained that pretty good. If you want to.
Well, it's just if any human being that that receives the gift of salvation, you're a new creation in Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit resides inside of you. And if that's the case, then you can't have dual occupancy. You can't have a demon and the Spirit of God inside of you. So it just doesn't work that way.
Right.
So like I'm saying, if you're filled with the Holy Spirit, then you literally, the same power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead resides in within your soul or your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have the power to cast that stuff out, but it can't take over you.
Yeah.
No, it could torment you, taunt you.
They can oppress.
They can definitely oppress. 100%.
Possess.
Yeah, but they cannot possess. That's exactly right.
So, do y'all two want to finish up on that? Them being in prison and being beaten. Y'all pass that off.
I do have a point to make.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But it's after we get to where they're singing and.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just want to say right here. Then I mean, they teach customs which are not lawful for us, being Romans, to receive or observe. It's just they're Roman citizens.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was customs back in then those days about being a Roman citizen and that they wouldn't receive such punishments as an outsider, non-Romans. They were not supposed to be beaten or put in prison. They were supposed to be treated with basically some sort of eloquency.
They had to have due process.
Yes,
You couldn't just beat a Roman.
Yeah, no trials, no
Yeah.
nothing. They just beat them, put them in jail, and so
Can't do
anyway,
that.
yeah, it was just someone was going to get in major trouble
Yeah.
for this. But we see that here in the next few
And,
verses.
and also, because I know you talked about it earlier for the podcast ever started today, but we're going to see it in 17. But they were because it says these practices are not custom. Are not custom. They're unlawful for Roman citizens.
Yeah,
And they were. It's funny. Obviously, they were preaching the gospel of the one true God.
yeah,
But also Roman citizens, they had in Athens, they had a place. I don't even know the name of it. Let me see.
Areopagus.
Yeah, but they had a like a altar.
You can't get to the unknown God yet. That's this episode.
Well, yeah, I know, but this facing right here to an unknown God. So
Yeah.
what they were doing was not even unlawful for Roman citizens. So
Right.
I thought that was cool, but
right.
I mean, it's neither here nor there. But it still is cool. But
All right.
little history.
Last two sections. We'll finish it off like this. You read 25 through 34. When you get done reading that, you read 35 through the end, and then we'll discuss both sections.
I'll work.
All right. But at midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly, there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prisons were shaken. And immediately all the doors opened, and everyone's chains were loosed. And the keeper of the prison, awakened from sleep and seeing the prison doors open, supposing the prisoners had fled, drew his sword and was about to kill himself. But Paul called with a loud voice, saying, "Do yourself no harm, for we are all here." Then he called for a light, ran in and fell down trembling before Paul and Silas. And he brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" So they said, "Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and you will be saved, you and your household." Then they spoke the word of the Lord to him and to all who were in his house. And he took them the same hour of the night and washed their stripes, and immediately he and all of his family were baptized. But now he had brought them into his house. He set food before them, and he had rejoiced, having believed in God with all of his household.
Okay, picking up 35.
Yes.
When it was daylight, the magistrates sent their officers to the jailer with the order, "Release those men." The jailer told Paul, "The magistrates had ordered that you and Silas be released. Now you can leave. Go in peace." But Paul said to the officers, "They beat us publicly." And y'all put me back on that word.
Publicly.
Cannot pronounce my leaves. But without a trial, even though we are Roman citizens, and threw us into prison. And now, do they want to get rid of us quietly? No, let them come out themselves and escort us. The officers reported this to the magistrates, and when they heard that Paul and Silas were Roman citizens, they were alarmed. They came to appease them and escorted them from the prison, requesting them to leave the city. After Paul and Silas came out of the prison, they went to Lydia's house, where they met with the brothers and sisters and encouraged them. Then they left.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah. Well,
Trey.
first section here.
You know what? Hold on.
What?
He said he had something earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We'll start with Chris.
Okay, start with
Going all the way back to
25.
John 14. John 15, 18. This is Jesus talking to the disciples. "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belong to the world, it will love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. Remember what I told you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you also. If they obey my teaching, they will obey yours also. They will treat you this way because of my name, for they do not know the one who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not be guilty of sin, but now they have no excuse for their sin. Whoever hates me hates my Father as well. If I had not done among them the works no one else did, they would not be guilty of sin. As it is, they have seen, and yet they have hated both me and my Father. But this is to fulfill what is written in their law. They hated me without reason." Okay, so you got and a lot of people are like, well, why are these guys being thrown in prison? They're getting beaten, but that's just a testament to how real this was. So I mean, all these, this is historical text. So these guys believed the gospel, believed Jesus was the Son of God, and so they knew that there was a chance of getting beat. I mean, preaching this, we see all throughout the New Testament. But so about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing. So they're in prison. They've done been beat. And I know I brought this up last week, but just the promises of God. I know that's one of the promises, especially as Christians. We tend to shy away sometimes of the hard conversations in fear of being persecuted. But these guys weren't. They knew the price that it would cost, because I mean Jesus told them, he's like, the same thing's gonna happen to y'all, and it did. And so this is just them in a weird way, them getting beat. They're like, oh yeah, he said this was gonna happen, but the love of God, the grace, the mercy, and the truth, it was all worth it. And at the same time, with them being willing to fully be submitted to the will of God, this jailer, if they would never have been preaching when they were to be thrown into prison, this jailer would probably never had heard the gospel, And so you see somebody being brought to, the saving truth through these guys being beat and thrown in prison, Amen. So I mean, if you're willing to really submit to the will of God, sometimes stuff like this, I mean, if you're truly submitted, sometimes hard stuff's going to happen. But that's
all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to say all the time. Sometimes hard stuff's going to happen like that. But that's how it's going to go. But I thought it was cool, So that's my take on it.
Trey, wrap
Y'all
us up.
finish out.
What you got?
Yeah, man. Well, we just see that Romans were pretty good at torture, and so
they perfected it.
They really did. We see that the prisoner, he was literally about to commit suicide because of the
prisoner?
ultimatum. Yeah, the prisoner, the guard. Sorry.
Prisoners weren't about to commit suicide.
The guard. We see the prisoners actually rejoicing and singing hymns of praise and everything, which is kind of crazy. But the guard, his ultimatum was to be tortured.
Yeah.
And it was better for him to literally. We're talking about. He obviously has a family because of the context. Okay,
Yeah.
So it was better for him to kill himself than to be tortured. So, I mean, that just kind of tells you something right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we see that he gets saved. His family gets saved. He even washed their stripes. He washed their wounds and stuff. Mm-hmm. Took care of these men and everything. We see that he comes to Christ, and then his entire household comes to Christ. Okay, great picture of how it happens in modern times today.
Yeah.
Father comes to Christ. Father leads the household. Then the family comes to Christ because he leads them. So. That's pretty much it. That's all I really had.
Yeah, so two cool things. Two whole families came through Christ in this chapter.
That's right.
And I ain't no telling how many others in that whole situation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah, and then, in the last part too, they said Paul refuses to go out in secrecy because he's like, yo, y'all did this to us. Y'all gonna come get us out and release us publicly.
Yeah, y'all embarrassed us in a sense publicly.
Yeah.
Y'all about to be embarrassed publicly.
That's right.
No, y'all ain't about to get away with this just secret.
Yeah, exactly.
And another cool thing, that's like free advertisement for Christ too. What these guys do? Why these high up guys walking these guys in rags out? Oh, it's because of this happening. That just spreads word.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So
unless y'all have anything else,
That's it, y'all.
Hey.
we appreciate y'all joining us through this discussion on Acts chapter 16. Join us next week as we go through Acts 17.
Yep.
Paul's journey to the
And that's going to be
Areopagus.
right after this one.
Yep.
But y'all won't see it till next week. So.
Yep.
Y'all have a blessed day.
All right. Peace.